effects of environmental degradation and climate change threaten ecosystems and livelihoods, especially for women, youth, persons with disability that are typically marginalized groups. The Green Champions for Change project, implemented by the Community Advocacy and Awareness Trust, Crown Trust, with the support of Akina Mama wa Africa AMWA, through Voices for Climate Action, VCA program, has been working at empowering these marginalized groups who are often left behind to enable them lead bold action and influence climate policy at the national level.
The Green Champions for Change was a 5-year project. It started in 2021. Its intention was to change the way policy around climate change is, and to have women, persons with disability, and the youth included in these conversations around climate and in the change around policy and advocacy in terms of climate change.
Crown Trust has played a critical role alongside other civil society organizations in partnering with us. We recently have been developing our National Gender and Climate Change Action Plan, which is a policy framework to guide mainstreaming of gender in climate action in a coordinated way. And so Crown Trust played a link between us and women from the grassroots, so that to voice their concerns into that action plan.
Crown Trust conducted a study on gender mainstreaming within the program. The study came up with very good findings, and based on those findings, there are also recommendations. Among the recommendations is to just have a look at the existing policies at the national level and also at the county level to ensure that gender mainstreaming is integrated into those policies. And even with counties which still doesn't have policies on gender with regard to climate actions, those counties can also be supported to come up with the policy guidelines. And for the counties that already have the policies, is probably just to review where we have gaps and ensure that gender is mainstreamed in the program.
From the urban resilience of Kibera to coastal advocacy in Lamu, for the last 3 years, these champions are not just demanding justice, they are building it.
A lot of awareness is what I do. I've been in schools, I've been in like chief places, in barazas, even in public participations. So whenever I get the platform where I can just do sensitization, even if it is just for 1 minute, just to let people understand how they can handle persons with disability in their community.
Fighting for inclusion of women is something that is really needed, because we do understand when it comes to climate change, women are the most affected. And in most cases, you find that they are the most excluded in these decision-making spaces. So you find that whatever they draft does not actually benefit the woman. So we want to fight for the rights of these women. We want to fight for women to be actually involved in anything that actually affects her.
In Dagoretti, Achieng and Teresia are members of Empowered Women with Disability Group. By coming together, they encourage each other to grow food in their small spaces, restoring the land while improving their household income.
Even if you have just a small area, you can just get something small. And so with that, we just started putting it in practice. And this is the outcome. This is the outcome. So I think it's cool because it's something that you're learning, and you see that it's something that it is different, and also it's something that you can do even if you're challenged. So it is something that for me, I'm happy that at least I got to learn something.
These women are not only reclaiming their food systems, but are taking an active role in influencing policy and practices on the disproportionate effects of climate change on PWDs to inform public budgets and planning.
Our Crown Trust have been really helpful for us to know how the policies are being made, and also to open our eyes, knowing that we should also be in the decision-making tables, for us to even air out our issues at the decision-making table, so that when you're there in the committee, at least you get to air your voice rather than giving your voice down here. Right now I'm proud of the Disability Act. Now is a bill that passed, because we've been fighting for it for, I think, for a very long time. So when it passed, it was just a good feeling knowing that you've been part of it.
The Green Champion for Change project aligns very well with the Commission's vision. One, it amplifies the voices of the marginalized groups, and especially the youth, the persons with the disability, the women. Then the project supports leadership and innovation at the community level, which for us is very essential when we are looking at matters of inclusivity and matters of sustainable development.
In Kibera, Usafi Young Climate Champions are turning urban spaces into green oases, creating eco-farms that feed themselves, the community, and fight climate change.
Crown Trust wakaanza hii project ya kitchen garden, ndio na mimi wakaniita nikajoin, wakanipeleka seed savers nikatrainiwa, ndio tukaendelea hivyo mpaka sasa hivi vile shamba unaona. Organic farming huwa unafundishwa kila kitu, unatumia ile kitu unayo. Seed tunajitengenezea, mbolea tunajitengenezea. Sasa kama hizi miti hatuwezi nunua karatasi kutoka kwa maduka. Sisi tuna recycle.
Most of us, we are parents, so we usually take our kids to school and then we come to the farm. So apart from also selling the produce to the community, we also use this as a rehabilitation center, because most of us, we have our previous stories. So we use this to more of therapy, interacting with the vegetables and just performing our morning duties.
This eco-farm based in a police station is more than green. It's growing a new way of policing, rooted in community and care.
Our farm is located near a dump site where we are facing the health hazard and all that. It was supposed to be a collection point, but now it's a dump site. So we came up with ways to mitigate the climate change that we are facing right now. So instead of doing vegetables only, we started doing trees. So we started growing indigenous and also fruit trees. So with me over here, I have an indigenous tree. It's called the mkindori. So as you can see, these are the plastic papers which we get from the dump site, and we reuse it in the farm.
I took the initiative of coming to the community, speaking to these young men, and they decided, as a way of stopping crime within the areas, it is good they become busy and they joined me. And in this, it has also helped me to bring the community near me.
In Kamkunji, the Kamkunji Environmental Climate Champions KECC team has seen the reclaiming of a vital, historical public space. The rehabilitation of this park that was dark and full of crime is more than just beautification. It's a step toward climate resilience, peaceful neighborhood, and community pride.
It is an umbrella of 25 youth group that comes across from Kamkunji constituency, and currently we are transforming the famous historical Kamkunji ground that initially it used to be taken for granted. It was a thicket, it was in a dilapidated condition because heinous acts like mugging, prostitution, drug abuse, pickpocketing were taking place during the day.
They are the custodians of a park that brings serenity to the surrounding high-populated residential areas where there are no public resting grounds.
Hao watu wakilala kwangu inakuwa ni enough. Alafu home yangu iko hapa, peace yangu naipata hapa. Sasa zile niko hapa tu ukinikuta niko peke yangu. Sija jam ni yani niko tu like siongei na mtu but niko na peace.
In the silent sleep and peace of the populace, they use their voices to rally for people-inclusive decision-making in a place where their voices have never mattered in a long time.
With Crown Trust, we even got empowerment on maybe how to do things like hold our leaders accountable, attend the public forums, especially when you talk about the county budget cycle, and maybe seeing how best you can advocate. And some of the efforts that we did on advocacy even led to us now having this light. Before, this place was dark. There's a lot of work that needs to go into advocacy, but when it comes to where were we are somewhere. Because we were in a place where people, especially young people, would not voluntarily attend even some of these public participation forums. But now we are a place where if there's a meeting, there's a representation.
The Green Champions for Change project isn't just transforming the communities, it's shaping the future of climate governance in partnership with other organizations, influencing policies, jointly developing advocacy plans that bring resources to people hardest hit by climate change.
We are Youth Voice and we are climate change champions.
I'm a green champion.
And I'm a green champion.
And I'm a climate champion.
And I'm a green champion.
Nurturing a movement, one where women and youth are no longer just participants, but leaders shaping the agenda at the decision-making table.
Crown Trust is a member of the newly inaugurated Gender, Climate Change and DRR subcommittee within our National Gender Sector Working Group. And this gender subcommittee will be able to, it will be replicated at the county level. Crown Trust being part of the subcommittee is very essential because in matters dissemination they'll be there and they'll be at the forefront to ensure that the National Climate Change Action Plan is disseminated in their counties where the GCCF project is focusing on.
We have been attending the COP processes and the SB 61 and 62. So in the SB 61, we were able to engage the State Department of Gender, where we had a representative who was able to attend this. From the discussions that started then, the Lima Work Program was, its mandate was coming to an end in 2025. So to have the discussion start from SB 61, we were able to attend COP, where, the revision and its extension talks came into talks, and to be able to attend SB 62, where we started its revision and the areas where the extension will be carried on, has been such an exciting journey. And to see that, this will come to fruition, come to COP 30, is such a progressive way of looking at gender and how it intermarries with climate change.
The participation of these negotiators ensured that Kenya's position was well articulated during the negotiations, and that is very important because at least Kenya is on the map and our position is well known and we are not left behind when it comes to decisions.
Women are actually doing so many things on the ground, but since they are not being recognized, we just thought it best to actually create this platform for them. So through this platform, they were able to actually interchange knowledge They got to learn from the other group, like what are you doing that I'm doing differently. The ones that are doing mangroves, there was one group that was actually doing permaculture inside the mangroves, and there was one which was only doing mangrove restoration. So you find that through the knowledge sharing and exchange, they were able to actually gain something from one another, and some even decided to start permaculture in their homes and everything.
With the movement building up on the roots on Phase 1 work in West Pokot, Nyandarua and Kwale, the Green Champions for Change movement proves that when inclusion is fostered, transformation follows.
From the Green Champions for Change, we were able to work with KCDF. And now currently we are also scaling up the project with Sikiliza Sauti Yetu, Dunia Inaita. So it has been a sustainable project, and we are hoping to see a 2.0 of GCC.